shoulders so my head can be up in here in this big frame. What's up YouTube? Today is December 22nd, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I want to go camping. I'm going to get packed up. I'm going to hope to get out of the house around 6 o'clock with a headlamp, go out to a spot where I previously camped. It's been a while since I've done this, but I think it's going to be a real good time. So this right here is what I'm taking out. I got my camera bag, it's just going to have batteries and chargers and stuff for my cameras. This is the bag that I'll be carrying everything in. All this stuff is going to go inside of this pack so it's easy to carry out. This one has all my sleeping stuff in it, so basically just a bivy sack and a sleeping bag. Finally, I have everything I'm going to be building with, which is basically a little hand saw, pocket knife, and some rope, as well as 3 lighters, just in case some of them get wet and I need to start a fire. It's always good to have backup. Alright, we got that all packed up. Time to get dressed and get out there. Alright, well, I'm about maybe 1/10 of a mile still from my camp, and some coyotes just opened up. Straight out of a TV show, you know, howling and all. I think my camp's between me and them, so I'm gonna keep on going there. But they're right in the direction I need to go. A little unsettling, but never had any issues with coyotes before, so. I'm not sure if my GoPro's picking it up, but these coyotes are really close. Probably 300 or 400 yards from where I am. You're kind of up on this hillside. I'm down in the valley in a swamp. But this right here is my camp for the night. As you can see, it's a nice little A-frame. I built this last year. I like pine up on the sides. And I guess leaves fell in there. But I built this back in January. And now it's December. So it's been a while. They've wilted pretty thin. Definitely gonna be nice to be inside of a shelter though. Post out in the open here. It actually looks pretty good. Let's see if I can shed a couple layers and get up in there. I have 2 coyotes to my right at approximately 400 yards. And I have at least one of them across the swamp from me. I'm thinking about 150. It sounds like they're trying to locate each other almost. Some to my right owl, some to the left owl. Alright, so I just got everything nice and cleaned up here. Took it out of my fort. And I put it down here against these trees where it's dry. So now that this is all cleared out in here, I think I'm going to take off this outer layer. All this stuff on here, it used to be really nice, thick and green, but now like the moonlight cuts through it and the wind goes right through it. So the thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all that off, and then you see these like main beams, I have them on the top. I think basically I'm gonna cut a bunch more of them. There's all kinds of debris on the ground in here. I'm just gonna take as much of it that I can as dead stuff, so hopefully I won't have to cut down many trees, and I can get some nice solid wood walls on here. Oh yeah, first order of business, tear it down. Alright, so I just did there, we took all these piles of big thick stuff off of the fort and moved them out of the way. So I'll probably use those as firewood later, but for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these logs on here, they come up here on the frame, and I'm going to start layering them up like I already did on this side here. These ones I didn't have fastened to it, but this side I do have tied on there. So I'm going to cut all these little ropes holding this on here, and I'm going to start making a wall. I'm going to get a full side wall, and then I'm going to start working on this one. And I'm just going to go out through the woods here. There's plenty of debris on the ground I think I could use to make these walls, but this time they're going to be real sturdy instead of being nice fluffy stuff like that that just deteriorates over time. All right, well, so far so good. I'm not really looking for these to be pressed up against each other per se, but just tight enough that no big animals can get through. So if I can do this, at least down this side today, I'll end up with a nice lean-to, and maybe I get the other side going and I'll have a solid A-frame. All right, well, I went ahead and got a couple more logs. It's about 9:30 now, breakfast time. We're gonna have a bagel and probably a little bit of water here, just gotta fuel up, and we can get back at it. Keep on plugging away and we'll get there. All right, on my last load of logs right there, I just brought in this really cool piece of bark I found laying on the ground. It's real sturdy and really clean too. I think I might be able to use this as a plate. This thing is really cool though. It's clean and it's dried. Alright, well this was really sketchy, but I climbed up this tree here and I tied this post on up there, which is above my head, which is where I want the apex to be. And I'm going to take this right here and run it across. Alright, so this right here is a little tricky. See how this is all loose? We're going to make a tourniquet. Cinch that down real tight. Alright, so we stuck this piece of wood in between these two ropes right here. Started twisting, wrapped them up, and makes it contract. So this right here has a lot of tension on it going up to there, which is pulling up on this, which is holding this log up. I've gotten my main apex completed, which feels really good. So we should try to make sure all the logs line up with that, roughly. And then once I get this side done, I then come onto this side and I'll do the same. Comes up to just about my shoulders, so my head can be up in here in this A-frame. So I should be able to stand up completely in here. All right, well it's about 11:45 now, and I just got done on my one side. It's not completely finished. I still need to pack it up with moss and all that, but for now, I have the main frame done. I got about 4 hours, 5 hours till it gets dark here, so I'm gonna try to make the most of it. All right, well, it's about 1:15 right now, and it just started coming down. I'm not sure how well the GoPro is picking it up, but this snow is coming in sideways. All right, I shot back to my fort here. It's about 5 minutes later. It's still coming down hard, and all my stuff is getting covered in snow. Instead of spending the night and just going in first thing in the morning tomorrow, I think I might go in just before dark tonight, because all my stuff's gonna be wet and it's gonna be down in the 20s again tonight. I'm a little bummed with this weather. I checked the forecast and it said it was good for these 2 days, but I guess not. I plan on doing 36 hours and I'm gonna call it. Basically, I'm just missing out on the night anyways. I came out here, slept, woke up, and got half my fort done. I'll come back out here another day when I have maybe like 3 or 4 days again, and maybe I do like a 48 or 72 hour, camping trip out here. Maybe I catch some food and cook it. Be a good time. As for the items I found out here, I'm gonna leave out my plate. This was really cool and I hope to use it in the future. And I'm gonna go ahead and recycle this bottle. Always remember to leave a place better than what you found it. See you later, Fort.